Hey everyone, it's Rhonda here from Nelson Soapery. Today I thought I'd go through how I'm actually making these freeform candles. So I've got the pregnant lady and I've also got the female torso body, and they are classified as the curvy body silicone candle molds. So let's get started. So to put the wick through, you can actually use a wick pull through tool, but I'm not doing that. I'm literally just popping through a knitting needle. So if you pop it through the bottom, and then there is a tiny little base at the neck of the model, and that's where you're going to pop it through. Once it's through here, it will basically grab a hole at the top, and then that's where you're going to push the wick through that particular little hole, and then you just pull the wick all the way through the other side. And then I'm going to cut the silver clip off, because these curvy model molds are quite small, so you don't need the wick being as big as it is, and most people are not going to light this because it really is just a bit of art and a nice statue. If you light it, because it is freeform, it's literally just going to melt everywhere, so you would need to put a tray underneath. You can 100% light them, but I think most people are just going to have this as a really nice pretty feature in their home, but you do need to tell them, because it's soy, it will melt. So on the top, once I've actually popped my wick through, and you can see that I've cut off the silver piece, then I'm just using these bread clips at the top, and they're just going to hold everything in place. So I actually did see Jeff Stanley actually use like a bread clip like this, and I thought, oh, what a great idea. And as he said, you don't need the real clip, you can just use something else, and they actually work amazing. So they're going to be at the bottom actually of the mold, because the top of the mold is the bit that's totally sealed off, and the top of the mold where I've done it, I actually just push the wick that's at the top, I just sort of bend it over, and then once we pull it out of the mold, we'll just snip that, and I'll show you how I do that anyway. So we'll get going and make sure all the molds are ready. I'm going to be doing 2 at once. So I actually have the pregnant lady, and I also have the freeform female body one as well, and they I think they roughly only stand about 10 centimeters, or just a little over 10 centimeters, so they're not huge big molds, but they look nice anyway. And we're just going to be using the soy wax that I've actually got from Pure Candle Supplies, and I think it's called 100 Pure Soy. So that's the wax I'm going to use, but you could use a tart wax or other waxes as well, but I want to keep this soy, so because my branding is all about using natural and soy. So anyway, we'll get going, and we'll start to the next step and get all of the wax and melt it all up. Alright, so I have all my wax. I've melted it already through the double boiler, and it says with this particular wax to pour it around 45 to 55 degrees. So I think I'm pouring it at a roughly about 48. Each mold holds, I think I worked it out to be about 82 grams in wax that you need to measure up, plus of course your fragrance. This fragrance I'm using is the Cashmere blend, which is one of my favorite ones from Pure Candles, and the one thing about this is that it is a more luxurious and fragrance that I'm actually popping in. So and of course that one is only a 5% load, so that's all I'm using. I really do stick to the Fragrance Association guidelines. So in here I'm just showing you, this is what the wax looks like prior to burning it down. So it is just in flakes, which is nice and easy to deal with. And then of course I'm just popping it in here and making sure it's all ready to go. And you do need to, as I've said before, you do need to make sure you understand your temperatures and what it needs to get to and what we can pour it at, because that's how you're going to get a really good finish on the candle. If you pour it too hot, which I have done in the past, it just won't work and the temperatures will be wrong. So do try and make sure you do that. And they do say add the fragrance in at about 45 degrees. So that's what we're doing at the moment, and I'll come back in just a moment. Alright, so the moulds are all ready to be taken out now. So what I've actually done with these is I'm just going to remove the clip off the top, and then the silicone is really rubbery and stretchy, so you can just sort of fold it back. You do have to be really gentle. If you're not gentle, it will break. I've broken several of the female model ones. I haven't broken any of the pregnant lady because of her cute little round belly. She just slides out nice and easy. The other one you do have to be more gentle. It says to leave these for up to 8 hours to dry. I'm impatient, so I've only left mine for about 3 hours, and that's probably why it cracked and I didn't have success in the female one, but I definitely did. The pregnant one comes out really easy. I mean, there is a little bit of wiggling backward and forward, and you can see here that I'm getting her out with not too much of a hassle. It's more just me. I just didn't want to break it, so because like I said, you know, I've only got one mould of each, so you're sort of waiting several hours in between just to make one. But I'm sure that you'll agree once she comes out, they look so pretty, and I wanted mine to be a little bit different. I've seen lots on the market where they sort of put bits of gold or different colours on, and I didn't want that because most people that I sell to want a more plainer look. So I'm actually going to be spraying mine very lightly with a biodegradable glitter over the top, and it will just give like a diamond-like sort of shimmer to the end of my candle. But you can see she's out and she's looking really cute. So the wick is a bit long at the top, so we'll just snip that a bit shorter, and the wick at the bottom of her leg, you just cut that off, which is nice and easy. And then what I do, because this one I should have probably put more wax in, and I didn't. I actually spilt it, to be honest. But yeah, all you need to do is just trim it off with a knife just to make it nice and even. But if you fill it right to the top, you shouldn't have to do that. That was just for me. But this one will go to my daughter Emily, who really loves these. And once the first one will go off to Em. And then, of course, I will make some more, and they will go onto our website. So, yeah, we will be selling ours for $13.95 each. And like I said, they'll go onto the website and ready for somebody to love. But they are fragile. They're a little fragile, so they will have to be wrapped up really well. And you can see here, I'm just snicking off the wick. I've actually got these wicks from Pure Candle Supplies, and they are a pure cotton, so they're a really nice one. But anyway, you can see how gorgeous she looks. She's all done, and here I've already sprayed the biodegradable glitter, and now I'm just giving you a little look of the model totally finished up, and you can see how it's like a diamond-like effect with that biodegradable glitter. But I'll leave links where I've got everything from, including my biodegradable glitter and of course the molds and so on. Thanks so much for listening. This is just a short add-on video for this week. Bye for now.